All right, we're live.
Woohoo! Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. My name's Colette. I'm a creator manager at ADIM, and I'm sure all of you know Teresa. And today we're going to be talking about Teresa's latest project on ADIM, building the story for her two characters, Ava and Ramona, and their beautiful world, AvaRamonaVerse.
Yep. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. If you don't know who I am, I'm Teresa Melvin, and I created a project on Atom, the Atomverse platform called the AvaRamonaVerse, and it's a really exciting world, and that's where I get to experiment and create stories, especially with a lot of other creators. So, yeah, if you contributed a story to Atom, like the AvaRamonaVerse on Atom, then you might have a chance to see your drawing come to life. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a really fun process. So when Teresa and I first met, I got to learn all about these beautiful characters and their amazing story. And we worked really closely together to come up with a first chapter for them and then a prompt for the community to respond to help build out the world. So in the first chapter, we decided Ava and Ramona are painting in their art studio, their atelier, which I always say incorrectly. Teresa,
That was
is it
perfect.
that right? Okay, good.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And yeah, which is their shared creative space, their sacred creative space we all need. And they're painting this beautiful world where they're thinking like, wow, what if all creatives could have this magical world where anything is possible? And as they're building it, some magic strikes, and they actually end up inventing the Ava Ramona verse. And as they're talking about it, their little bunny Cookie is, well, they think she's sleeping near their feet, but Cookie gets curious and jumps right into Ava Ramonaverse. So they kind of go on this Alice in Wonderland journey, chasing their bunny through this universe that they're exploring for the first time. And it's been really fun. And yeah, you can see all the different characters built out and the different details you can learn about on Adam. And the first prompt that we created for the community was to contribute to the second chapter and help tell the story of Ava and Ramona starting their hunt for Cookie, or not their hunt, but their search for Cookie for the first time, and exploring some of the different settings in the world. Um, we got a lot of really beautiful contributions and used some of those ideas to inspire the next chapter and just got to continue that process over and over again, which has been so fun.
Yeah, I have really loved creating my two characters in this world because I'm able to create like a story about them, an imaginary world. So it's been so exciting. And anyone joining, if you don't know who Ava and Ramona are, they're my imaginary characters and that I've had for like a long time. Um, I could actually show you. So this is
Yeah.
Ramona. Yeah, so if you don't know, this is Ramona. She's a skateboarder. She's very bold and outgoing. And in this story, like you'll definitely see her bold side, her more adventurous side when it comes to going into the Ava Ramonaverse. And she also has a best friend called Ava. Oh, it's loading. There we go. This is Ava, and she loves to make donuts. Oh, where'd she go? There we go.
There
This
we
is
go.
Ava, and she loves to make donuts. She's very calm, very positive, and yeah, like she's always like helping Ramona along the way to make like wise decisions, always being careful. So yeah, these two characters are really like the main highlight of the story, and the reason why I thought Adam would be an amazing platform for my characters. And
Yeah.
of course, we can't miss out on Cookie.
Yes.
Uh, oh, there we go. Cookie is their bunny, and yeah, she's very cheeky, and she loves to hang out with them. So, in this chapter, chapter 5 of the Abramona verse, um, like it's all about how Cookie goes into the Abramona verse and what she does in there. So, I think it's really interesting to go through her perspective as well.
Yeah, because basically through the whole story, we've been with Ava and Ramona, and as they're trying to find Cookie and track her down. And, spoiler alert, at the end of the story, they finally all reconnect and get to return home. And as soon as they do, Ava and Ramona are like, wait a minute, but what's Cookie been up to? So for
Yeah.
the final prompt, we're asking people to share their stories of where Cookie has been. I think this chapter is we're going to wrap up on Friday or within the next week, but we have a lot of amazing contributions, and I think you wanted to draw one of them today. Is that right?
Yeah, like I'm so happy everyone who contributed to chapter 5, and also for the AvaRamonaVerse in general for all of the chapters. So thanks for the people that supported me throughout this project. I got some responses from Rainbow Mosho, and from Bruce, and I got one from you too, Colette.
I
Thank you so
couldn't
much.
resist. So
And
fun.
I also got one from Clara from NFT Kids magazine. And I really love all of these stories, but I'm going to draw Bruce's story today. Um, I'll say like a brief overview about what his story is about. It's about, my bunny Cookie meeting another bunny called Sprinkles. And I thought it'd be really cool to draw Sprinkles as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I can read it. It's a short story. Would you like me to give it a read while you start drawing, and then we can get into some of the Q&A?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
That'd be
cool. All right, so starting. Thank you so much, Bruce, for this contribution. And it's titled Cookie and Inspiration Springs. For sure, Cookie misses her humans, but she also trusts them to find her. She's gotten lost before, and Ava and Ramona have always found her. She knew they wouldn't stop looking until they did. So while she waits for Ava and Ramona, Cookie takes a walk, or a bunny hop to be precise, around Inspiration Springs. She wants to explore the strange but neat bushes that make thumping, pulsing noises. But as she sniffs one of the bushes, it smells like cotton candy. She hears something different, a rustling sound. She cranes her furry neck and looks behind the bush. Another rabbit hops out. Except this bunny resembles none Cookie has ever seen before. She has a brown coat with spots of every color of rainbow sprinkled throughout her fur. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple dots decorate the hare's hair. The colorful rabbit nods. I see you've noticed my sprinkles, and that's my name, Sprinkles. Cookie twitches her nose in excitement. Hi, Sprinkles. I'm Cookie. I'm new around here. Sprinkles bounces through the grass, waving a paw to Cookie. Well, come on, Cookie. I'll show you around Inspiration Springs. They hop beside the multicolored waters of Inspiration Springs, checking out the trees as they hum sweet melodies. It's all quite beautiful, but Cookie's eyes and attention quickly turn to something near the top of the waterfall. There, on a rock outcropping, is a box of fresh donuts. Cookie runs around Sprinkles in a circle. Hey, let's get those donuts. I could use a snack. Cookie could always use a snack, and donuts are her favorite. But Sprinkles just shakes her head. They are Cookie. All the best donuts. Jelly, cream filled, chocolate, glazed, even donuts with sprinkles, like me. But I can't get to them. I can't jump that high. Cookie's whiskers wobble as she thinks. The donuts are too high for any bunny to reach, but she has a plan. The clouds in Inspiration Springs are different from the ones back home. They're a lot lower to the ground, and as far as Cookie can tell, they're solid. One floats by. Cookie hops up and grabs the edge of the cloud with her front paws. Come on, Sprinkles, all aboard the Donut Express. Cookie pulls herself onto the cloud, and Sprinkles joins her. The two rabbits ride the cloud over to the rock outcropping where they feast on the sweet pastry treats. Finally, even Cookie is too stuffed to keep eating. She stretches all four of her legs and settles down onto a comfy cloud for a nap. Smiling, Sprinkles hops off. I gotta go, Cookie, but I've enjoyed our adventure. Please come back to Inspiration Springs soon. I'll do that. Cookie's eyelids grow heavy, and before long, the little rabbit is sound asleep on the cloud. She's not sure how long she's asleep, but she jolts awake when she hears Ava's voice. Cookie! Cookie jumps for joy when she sees Ava. Ava runs to her across the water, and Cookie leaps into her arms. They hug, and Ramona comes around to join, all of them knee-high in the sparkling waters. Oh, how I've missed you, Ava says with tears in her eyes. Rabbits don't cry, but Cookie would if she could. Instead, she burrows her head into the crook of Ava's arm and snuggles close to her favorite person. As wonderful as Inspiration Springs is, this is an even better spot for a little rabbit. So
Oh,
cute.
that was the sweetest story. I love how you read it as well.
Oh yeah, it's so fun. Thank you so much for that contribution, Bruce.
Yeah.
Um, And yeah, it's been so amazing to see the diversity of stories that have come through here and all of the different styles. And it's been really wonderful to be able to work with Teresa to see which ideas are inspiring the story and helping her to meet her goals with this project altogether. And then also to have this wonderful creator community surrounding the story now who are have been rewarded to become a part of the project together. So this is a collective story and a really fun way to create. And I would love, Teresa, just to ask you the first question, to ask why did you bring Ava Ramona to ADIM, and how did the tools and community how did it empower your creative process on here?
Yeah, like for a long time, I've always wanted to, create, a lot of stories with Abe and Ramona. And through all of my artworks, it's also like very evident about, their atelier, the AvaRamonaVerse. Like all of my artworks, I feel like have a story behind them when it comes to Abe and Ramona. So I thought Adam was the perfect platform where I could start creating stories. Like, why do I have to wait for like a perfect time?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and also like Remix was the one that introduced me to the Atom platform, and I'm really grateful for that as well.
Yeah.
For Yeah.
Yeah, as
And
a community-oriented platform, we love other creators, other platforms too, and it's amazing when we get to when collaborations lead to something as incredible as this.
yeah, and as what I really love is the contributions, because whenever I read other people's stories that are responding to mine, I always think like, wow, I never thought of that. That's, super cool. Like for one example, the creators block was one of the chapters, and I'll show you a sneak peek of what it looks like. Um, this is like what I created for that chapter, and majority was also about the characters. All of these characters was inspired by all of the contributors that wrote about these characters. And yeah, I really love a world. I love character design.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite parts as well to the story. So bringing everything together is like the exciting part. And
Yeah.
I'm also like able to know how other creators how they experience things, because the AvaRamonaVerse, it's all about how creators work, and sometimes there are challenges like having creators block or writer's block. So I wanted to combine all of that into the AvaRamonaVerse. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that part of the story, how you want their plots to be reflective of struggles that every artist goes through. And yeah, the main challenge in this story was that creator's block, which was a really fun play on the term. Which, writer's block, I don't know, painting block, maybe you don't hear as much, but everyone has experienced at one point or another a lack of motivation in their work. And the way that we explored that in this story was by Ava and Mona going to this creator's block, which they think is going to be a neighborhood full of creatives, but is actually an area where they meet a lot of friends who have lost a lot of motivation. And in order to find that motivation and inspiration, again, they need to collaborate and work together, which is just such a fun and like powerful message that is wrapped up in this really cheerful and inspirational story. So also, I'm so impressed with how this is coming together so far. This is amazing. Sprinkles is adorable with her big fluffy ears.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I also drew a lot of like donuts on the clouds. Uh, Very fluffy, very sweet. So yeah,
Yeah.
and also like I see we got some comments as well. NFT Kids Magazine, thank you for joining. She said the story is really cool, and collaborating on Adam is so much fun. So yeah, thank you so
Yay.
much, NFT Kids Magazine, for joining. And I also see Bruce that came as well. So yeah, thank you so much. And
Yay. I'm so glad you could be here, Bruce. I hope that you caught the reading of your story and are loving this adaptation of it right now.
Yeah.
Bruce was a contributor all the way through. Same with Clara. So yeah, so nice for everyone to be here.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions as well that you want to drop in, we're going to go for about 5 more minutes, so please feel free to do so. Um, I guess we can go into how did you feel that the creator's first approach on ADIM helped you feel supported as an artist? I know that the community really inspired a lot of this story. And you haven't done a lot of storytelling yourself, but you really, I feel like, blossomed as a storyteller on here. So I would love to hear about that experience for you as well.
Yeah, I feel like it gives a lot of freedom for the creators to, use Atom in their own way. Because, Atom is like a storytelling platform for a lot of different types of, artists, creators, writers. So I think it's very interesting how many different types of people can come on Atom and create stories, just like how I love digital art. I love creating these characters. So yeah, that's what I love about Atom.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
Clara just asked, do you have a favorite chapter or scene that you've written or designed so far, and what made them stand out to you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. As I was saying before, the creators block. Yeah, this is where I have all of my, comics. The creators block is definitely one of my favorites.
So
I love
beautiful.
designing all the characters, and especially like this setting was super fun to create. If you see this like looming gray wall, that's the actual like wall that's blocking all of the creators. So that was one of my favorite chapters for sure.
Yeah, I also love, I want to share the story of how we created some of the other friends that Ava and Ramona met along the way, because actually pretty much all of the characters were introduced by the community. I know Bruce has one in there, May, she's a comic book creator. But a lot of them came from a writer named Cal Loxley, who introduced them as Pete the Pencil and Clara the Crayon, I believe. And
Yeah.
we kind of took those ideas, and instead of making them an actual pencil and a crayon, you actually worked that into the character design, so that they're kids that kind of reflect their medium of choice, I guess. I love the watercolor artist. I'm forgetting her name, but the way that you made her hair so flowing and beautiful. It was just that was a really, really fun. Yeah, amazing. And then yeah, there's Crayola Clara and Chalky Charlie, I think.
I think Charlie Chalk, yeah, Charlie
Yeah.
Chalk, Pencil P. We have, Ray, the spray painter, and then we have Pippa, the pixel artist, and we have May, the comic artist. So
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
then
that
Cookie right in the middle. That's all
cookie.
behind. So the scene I'm illustrating, that Bruce told about, is like the scene right before they meet her. So that's Ava saying Cookie.
Oh, I love that. And they're just snacking away. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, with our last 2 minutes, maybe we can talk about what's next for AvaRamonaVerse. I know that you have some plans in the works for this larger project, and yeah, I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, it was really fun creating this first story on Adam. And of course, there's going to be so many more stories that I'm going to write on this platform. And, right now I'm actually collaborating with a comic platform called Macroverse. And thank you, Colette, for, connecting me with Macroverse with Evan. So I'm not going to reveal all of the details yet, but just know there might be an Ava and Ramona comic, book along the way. So
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I'll let you finish up the color there. It looks so beautiful. And of course, we can go a little past 22 to see it all
yeah,
done.
it's just like, 5 more minutes.
For sure, yeah.
And
Um,
oh, I also just want to show, this is like where I draw all of my like comic sketches in the, before I do them digital. So like this is where I as I'm like reading the story, the contributor story, I start thinking of, the visuals. That's like really exciting. So that's how like I always start creating all of the characters, the visuals. Like see here, as I was creating Bruce's story, I was
Oh,
drawing them as well. So yeah.
so cool. I love that. It's so great to see your creative process on here, and especially because that's something that we're trying to help unlock for creators everywhere with the tools on Atom is, like I think you mentioned before, but there are so many different ways to use the tools that on our platform, right? Like this is just one way to do it, developing a graphic novel, and it's been a super unique journey, but the whole idea is to unlock that process for every creator, no matter what it is and what their unique wants and needs are with their project. And I think that community and collaboration really adds to that experience because, like you're saying before, you get to connect with and learn all of these different with all of these creators with different experiences and different perspectives and different ideas that can really unleash unleash your creative potential, not to sound so cheesy and superhero, but yeah,
That's
it's been
really like what Adam is doing. And what I love for the contributors is they also, get something back for something they've created.
yeah,
What's like really fun is if we choose your story to be a part of like the actual AvaRamonaVerse story, you'll also like get a reward in tokens, and of course we'll always like credit you as well. So at the bottom of each story, we always credit the contributors, um, and also anyone who contributes, whether like we choose your story in the contribution or not, you will receive a Ramona PFP art as well. So yeah, this is
yeah,
what that kind of looks like. This was a project that I did earlier. So either way, if you contribute on the AvaRamonaVerse platform, it would be amazing, and you can get a Ramona PFP as well.
yeah. I think that's such a unique part of this project too, is that you get to see it come to life, and because you're this incredible artist, and even just in this 20 minutes, this scene is coming together already, and it's so fun. It's just great to get people sharing ideas openly and exploring all of these different stories with each other. There are so many different stories on Atom, so many different types of creators. And all of these tools are available for anyone too, or an open platform. And we're a very open and accepting community as well. So if there's any storytellers listening, or maybe you haven't told a story yet, but you have one that you want to tell and you're not sure how, definitely come to Atom and make an account, and reach out to anyone on the team as well, because we want to help you get your stories told.
Yeah.
Um, this is so beautiful. Sprinkles, the pink bunny. That's like my dream. When I was younger, all I wanted was a rabbit. I remember on Easter, I would go to, or the night before Easter, I'd go to bed and I'd think like, I hope there's a bunny in my yard when I wake up in the morning. And I was so into pink and so into sprinkles as well. And I still am too. I don't think we ever really grow out of that.
Like I also like relate to that as well. When I was creating my character Ava, I was like 9 years old and I loved donuts. That was like my favorite thing. So of course, Ava, she had to make the donuts. She was the one that loved baking the donuts. And Ava was the one that had like Cookie first, or like she was the one that like kind of adopted Cookie, and hence the name, the sweet name, and
Yes.
also passing on the love for donuts. It's like a thing now. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey Spencer.
Hey,
Thanks for popping in.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's amazing. I'm curious, uh, you know, where I feel like I've seen the Ava side of you, but I'm curious what side Ramona is hiding in that. Do you have that like adventurous side to you as well?
Yeah, Ramona is like some of her personalities is like what I aspire to be.
Mm,
Very bold, trying new things. So, I feel like even with, getting on the Atom platform and, trying a different style, um, I was trying to, do like different art styles as well because I also do, more detailed artworks without line art of my characters. Um, so if I can show an example, this is like Ava and Ramona, but
mhm.
like, more detailed, with like kind of a painting style to it. So I wanted to try like a more simplified style for this comic story. So yeah, I think, as an artist, you don't have to have like one defined art style. Your art style is like, whatever you love to create. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of like what I'm doing.
even
I love,
donuts. Donuts is an art, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah.
and I definitely have seen your Ramona side as well. I mean, you're so adventurous and open and uh, definitely like courageous and very confident to be putting your work out here. Not a lot of young people do it. A lot more young people should for sure.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, that's amazing. I love hearing where where they stemmed from. Do you have a cookie part of you as well? Is there a cookie? Someone who
No,
just loves to eat the
actually never
donut?
thought of that. I've not never thought of that, but that would be interesting. Maybe there is,
Maybe there is, yes.
Maybe they're all just like me in different forms. Who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
And like what I love is, I love when, some people say, "Oh, I'm Ava" or "I'm Ramona." Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, like I
Yeah,
love it.
you're more of an Ava or Ramona, but I think you don't have to choose, right? Like most of us have multiple sides to ourselves, and I know in this next comic you want to explore a lot more of their character development and reveal a bit more about who they are as individuals. In this story, it was much more about world building and exploring
Yeah,
that setting. So I think in future stories, again, without revealing too much, it will be a little more character based, which I'm so excited to see because
yeah.
these are just amazing characters, and I want to know all about them and stay and live in AvaRamonaVerse forever.
Uh, that seems so much fun. Imagine if there was like a world like AvaRamonaVerse. And if you were wondering like how Ava and Ramona get to the AvaRamonaVerse is like they created a painting in their atelier that they were very passionate about, and that's kind of opened a portal into this world. And actually, we haven't really said this yet, but all of the creators that are in the Ava Ramona verse, they might exist in the real world as well. I was thinking maybe this is also how they go into their imaginative world. So, that's hinting at something. So,
Yeah, for sure. We all have that.
the story.
Yeah, our internal space. If we don't have an atelier, then we have one in our mind. I hope for sure. It's great to have the reflection of the creative process and the creative brain, and it's this like beautiful, funky, fun, creative world, and with lots of different characters and voices in there. I'm trying to remember the name of our little mouse character that one of our programmers actually contributed a story and built him. Um,
Where was the mouse? Oh, where did the mouse go? Oh, there it is. I
there
forgot
he
the mouse.
is.
But these are also some other characters. Like we got, a skater girl, super cool, and we got a very businessy mouse. You'll see different types of characters here. So
Oh,
fun.
I think where's his name? Maybe he doesn't have a name. I might.
I don't
It's chapter
know.
2. If anyone wants to read chapter
Yeah,
2,
go check it
um,
out, guys.
yeah, yeah. Ramona heads off to the skate park, and Ava heads to the herbivorium where there's all these different animal-headed creatures coming and going. So, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we can like end it here. I'm not like finished, but you know where this is headed, and I'm really excited for everyone to see the final chapter that comes like sometime this week. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure this piece of art will be there finished as well. So thank you so much, and thanks for coming, everyone. And Even though this first story is ending, AvaRamonaVerse is still up on ADIM and open to your stories and ideas. So please come and read and explore and connect.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. All right, thank you so much for joining. And of course, if you're wondering, this is not the only illustration. I am doing a lot more illustrations based on the contributions. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And yeah,
Cool. See you later.
bye. Bye, everyone.